it. Go get it. Uh-oh. Go get it.
He can't wait to go.
I know. He's ready to go. He's got his fresh new haircut. Yeah. He knows his boundaries. I love it. Woo! He's dead.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tires on the Road and welcome back to the channel. Hey, just to let you know, today is Sunday. We're heading out tomorrow at 4 a.m. for Park City, Utah. Got the rig all hooked up today, hosed her down a little bit, didn't do a big wash because probably going to be a lot of rain between here and the National Alliance Rally in Elkhart, Indiana, which is at the end of May, down to South Carolina and then back to California from there. So we hope you enjoy these next few months of videos that we're going to be dropping on our excursion, and we're happy that you're with us to come along. A big shout out to Pete for following us, and also Dan and Brenda, thank you. Vicky, thank you for following. We've known you a long time, and you're one of our diehard followers. And Becky and Rich over at Checking It Out with Rich, thank you guys. They also have an Avenue 32 RLS and drop some great content, so make sure you check out their channel as well. And also, we're really looking forward to meeting them in person and a lot of people at the National Rally. Also, John and Michelle, hope your trip's going well. They just left Florida and they're heading north up the East Coast, and hopefully we're going to cross paths with them as we're going down the East Coast. But thanks, John and Michelle, for giving us a follow as well. And one last shout out this time to John and Rachel. Met them last year in Oregon, become really good friends, and they are currently on their way to the East Coast as well, and look forward to meeting up with them again here coming up in Oregon. Now, on to our video. We will see you tomorrow morning at 0400 when we are in the truck and pushing off to Park City, Utah. Got everything else ready to go. Had to get Muggsy ready to go. A little bath time. Do it, Muggs. Are you ready to head out? Are you ready to head out? Are you? There goes Mom. He's behind you. 03:55, hopefully be out of here in 5 minutes, and we will give you updates on our 11-hour travel day soon, and show you how that goes. But Park City, Utah or bust.
On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago, and we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in
It's currently 7:30 a.m. in Lovelock, Nevada. Had to stop for a quick 7 gallons of diesel so we can make it to Winnemucca to the Maverick and fill up there with cheaper fuel. And then we should be able to make it to Wendover, fill up there, and then on into Park City. By the way, we're rocking the new 3500. We're gonna go into more of this truck and this new 1-ton on our trip as well. Lots of things to cover on this. We've had it for about 8 months, maybe 6 months. Getting used to it, and a lot of thumbs up and green lights that this truck brings to the towing adventure.
Tripping with beliefs, ooh, and our hearts were young and free. We had set our minds to leave. face the world on wheels. Cross the borders on Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in...
I love that EFS Open Roads has added Mavericks to their list of locations where we can get fuel. Absolutely love Mavericks. The C-store, the restrooms, everything is just top notch. Really like it. Good job, Open Roads. There's those, smell them? There's those cockroaches again.
Yeah.
You go through these spots in Nevada where the road just turns red from these cockroaches. Some kind of a cockroach invasion. And then you spend 2 or 3 hours getting all the cockroach guts and legs off the front of your RV. I'll show you when we stop.
Take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Cross the borders on Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris. Then we cross America, swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America.
So we're on 80, just filled up in Windover. Got about 125 miles to go. We're crossing the Salt Lake, and this road is straight as an arrow for I think about 50 miles.
Great.
But I'll put the exact number down below on from Windover to where we get on the other side of the Great Salt Lake. But pretty flat and white out here, but it's kind of pretty. Nice clouds today.
A little bit of rain.
Had a little bit of rain a little while back. So it shows us getting in at 4:05, but I believe we sprung forward an hour.
I don't think so yet.
Well, let's look. If we went 4, well, that'd be 12 hours. That's like an hour too long.
I don't know.
We'll let you know. Salt.
We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water to this crazy melody, oh, and then we cross America.
All right, we just pulled into Park City, Utah, to the Park City RV Resort. Highway 80 is right there. 11 hours and 15 minutes. Got here after hours, checked in, all of our stuff was there ready to go. We actually have this spot right here. So we're gonna get set up and kick our feet up and do a little relaxing after a 11-hour drive. Are you happy to be out of the truck? Are you happy to be out of the truck? Let's see how the refrigerator did. Not bad. We travel with this laying down anyway, so that didn't tip over. All the shelves are in there. Everything looks good. Drawers are in there. I'd say those More Ride 4000s are a hit. We are not even gonna unhook tonight. There's Park City up there. Just gonna stay hooked up. Luckily the site's sloping downward, so we're sitting pretty level. Freeway noise should be fun, but it's what it is. It's just a one-nighter. We don't have any power though, but that's all right. We got water. I guess this row is out. Manager said it's supposed to be up in a half hour. We can hang with power, without power. All right, drain the tank and going to fill up for tomorrow night will be boondocking at a brewery near, not Cheyenne, Casper, Wyoming. Looking forward to it. Looks like a really cool place. Gonna put in 25 gallons of water. That'll get us through tomorrow and tomorrow night and the next day. And we will put 25 in and call it good. This is water going into the coach, and this is water right here that we consume. So if I put 25 gallons in and we turn the pump on and we're at 15 gallons here, we got 10 gallons left. So that way we know what went in and how much came out. $10 gallons in. Actually, I'm just going to put 20 in. 20 will be plenty. 20 will be perfect. This is the lower camping area down here. There's nobody down here. I guess there's no power, but shoot, I just stayed down here in a heartbeat. With just water, maybe. Don't even need that, but it's right next to the creek. This rocks. And don't forget to support the community. We the RVers, make sure you get over to our Everyday Getaway and get your hat. So what'd you think of today's drive?
I didn't like it. That's okay. I was very sleepy, but you did well.
There are more cars on this route than the last time we went through Nevada.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't stressed though. That's good. I didn't get stressed until Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a piece of cake for you.
And the traffic was lighter than I thought it was going to be, so that was good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Got parked, got the rig set up, just water, and
By choice.
as you saw, we put some water in the tank for tomorrow night. Then we had a spinach salad, which was really, really good for dinner. And now I'm going for a walk with Muggs.
This is really pretty down here.
Down here checking out these lower sites away from the freeway. It's pretty nice down here. Nobody's camping down here yet, so we're gonna ask them when these open up. So we just got the scoop on this lower area, and the reason there's nobody down there is they're getting ready to redo all the electrical, water, and put in full hookups in all these sites. And it's going to be closed until next spring when it'll reopen. And they're also going to put in some little camper cabins. So that'll be real nice. I think they're going to adjust the layout as well. See that much? Did you see that? Good morning. Day 2 of making our way back to Indiana, Elkhart, Park City, Utah right now. Gonna shove out here at 8 o'clock. Got about a 7-hour drive today up to Casper, Wyoming. Looking forward to that. Staying at a Harvest Host tonight. Heading out here, gonna get some fuel and then continue on. Stopped off at Burt Brothers, get the tires topped off. I'm running 85 PSI on the driver's side and 80 on the passenger side because the driver's side is much heavier than the passenger side. Heading out towards Wyoming and checking out our travel plans and our daily map and where we're going on our high-tech system here. And this here is our high-tech travel system.
And it's a bunch of gobbledygook to me.
I'll go over that here in a little bit on how we plan our trips, but we do use some electronics, but most of the time it's old school. Show them the calendar, Kim.
Oh. Where's Mace? currently here today, and we're headed to Casper, Wyoming at a harvest host. So that'll be fun. I think it's a brewery. Is that what you said? Yeah, Gruner Brewery.
Yep.
So
Beautiful morning. Welcome to Wyoming. Yep, another truck stop, more fuel. The front of the rig is a mess. Kills bugs slowly. Fuel stop, coffee break, green tea break, strip the sweaters.
it's cold
How you
outside.
doing, Muggs?
Where's my tea?
Muggs, where's your tea? Grogu back there keeping you company?
Turn left toward Fort Bridger.
Big white snowy mountains out there. Still a lot of snow out there.
There's a lot of cattle crossing.
A lot of cattle out here.
Oh, there's sheep. Or, yeah, sheep.
Next stop, Rawlings, Wyoming. More fuel, and then that'll get us up into Casper. Top off there, where we're going to spend the night at a harvest host, and then we'll be up and
For
over.
about 180 miles, continue straight.
And then we'll be up and over into the Black Hills and Mount Rushmore, our first major big stop. We'll be there 3 or 4 nights.
Get to go see where my grandfather and grandmother are buried. Deadwood.
And, well, Deadwood then. All right, while we are heading out here through the middle of Wyoming, I thought we would take this time to go over the new truck that we purchased back in November of 23. This is a Ram 3500, a 2023 Tradesman. And it is fairly heavily optioned, but the reason we like going with a Tradesman is because we get a higher payload. The payload on this truck is over 4,000 pounds. It's lightly optioned from a standpoint of weight, but it has a lot of nice features in it. And that's what I want to go over today, is the features that I really like about this truck. And by the way, we've come from a 2015 Ram Tradesman to this 3500. And I got to tell you, the differences are night and day. A big shout out to Ram because they've really stepped up the game, and this truck brings a whole new towing and traveling experience to RV travel. It's just much quieter inside. It has a noise canceling system inside that cancels out the sound of the diesel engine. As you can tell, riding in it right now, it's relatively quiet. The other things that it has that we really like is it has lane assist. So if you're cruising down the lane and you go to one side or the other, it gives you a little nudge and puts you back in the lane. The other thing that we really like is the adaptive cruise control. You can set this, like right now we're set at 70 miles an hour, and if we come up upon traffic, you can set the distance between us and the car in front of you, and it will automatically slow down and keep pace with the vehicle in front of you. And that also works in traffic as well. Although you do need to pay attention, it works really well. I myself am a cruise control driver. I absolutely love using cruise control. It's almost like flipping on the autopilot in an airplane.
That's all he uses. He never puts his foot on the brakes or the gas.
Yeah, so, and there's a couple specific reasons for that. One, you get better mileage, and two, when you're going downhill with this platform in this Ram truck, when you have the cruise control set with the exhaust brake on, the computer can modulate the exhaust brake and the throttle and the speed you're going down the hill much better than us as a human can, because the computer knows that you're going downhill and it will compensate with the exhaust brake to keep you set at your desired speed. So when we're going down a grade, I will set the cruise control at 55 miles an hour and just let it run, because it will not go over 55 miles per hour. You still need to pay attention in case you start going a little bit too fast and you need to pull back, but very rarely do you ever have to do that. The cruise control with the exhaust brake in this truck is absolutely phenomenal. So right now the adaptive cruise control is on. I have it set at 65. We're doing 66 and it's keeping pace with the vehicle in front of us. We are going downhill right now, and you can hear the exhaust brake kicking down to keep us at that 65 miles per hour. It'll apply the throttle as needed to keep us right at the set cruise control. A big difference between the 3500, which is a 1-ton, and the 2500, which is a 3/4 ton, is mainly the rear suspension. The 2500 has coil springs. The 3500 has leaf springs. The thing that we've noticed towing between the two is that the 3500 has a much better ride when we're towing. It's not so springing, and it just seems more planted when we are towing our trailer. Now bear in mind, we don't have a very large trailer, and we have an Alliance Avenue 30 RLS, and it's weighing in right now at about 11,850 pounds. But the truck just feels really good being a 1-ton, and I would highly recommend, if you buy any RV, to just go straight for the 1-ton and don't take a chance. And here we are, we're in adaptive cruise control. We just came up on a truck. We slowed down to match his speed. Our speed right now is 62 miles per hour, and it's maintaining that distance between us and the vehicle in front of us. Even though I have it set at 70 miles per hour, right now we're down to 59. So if I turn my blinker on and change lanes, it automatically goes up to 70 miles per hour, because it knows that you're passing somebody, and it's going to go back up to the set speed. But if we come upon another vehicle, it'll slow down at that desired car length between us and the vehicle in front of us. I want to go over the center stack now. The center stack on this Ram 3500, up here we have our rear view camera, which is out the back of the RV. It's a due honest. It has 2 cameras. We have 1 camera on the rear of the RV, and then the other camera is in the bed of the truck, so I can see the 5th wheel hitch.
Oops.
And the contents of the interior of the bed. And also I use this angle here when I am hooking up with our Anderson hitch to make sure that I'm perpendicularly lined up with the Anderson hitch to drop it on the ball. We have our center stack, which has our display screen, has our home button, our media, comfort, navigation, which we don't use the one in the truck very often because I still haven't developed a level of comfort with it yet. And then Apple CarPlay, which is our primary go-to navigation. This is set on our next fuel stop, 112 miles out. Vehicle stuff, and then all of our apps, which we currently do have the Wi-Fi hotspot set up in here, and we're testing that to see how it works. Mute button, dual zone heating and air conditioning. We have the upfitter buttons down below, which all of our auxiliary buttons if we wanted to hook anything to these. And I do have my bed camera connected to auxiliary 2. That still leaves me 5 other auxiliary buttons to use for something. The other nice thing too about these auxiliary buttons is you can set them for on and off, like this one, or you can also set them for momentary. So if we ever go with an air horn, we can have one setup where you just push it, honk honk, and then let go, and it'll turn back off. So that's a really neat feature that they have set up with these upfitter or auxiliary buttons, is the ability to change whether they're momentary or if they're in an on-off situation. We also have the electronic 4-wheel drive instead of the manual like we had in our 2500. So that frees up our console much more down below. And then down below we have our USB connections. And then I have my one-link tire pressure monitor sitting down here. So if we have an issue with the tires, it'll pop up here and let us know. And it also has an audible alarm to let us know as well. Next thing I'd like to go over is the new mirrors that came out in 2023. These are not the old style Ram mirrors where they flipped up and down. These are continuously in the up position like you're seeing here. They do go in and out, and that is electronic. So I can click this button and be able to bring them in and put them out right here in the cab. I can also fold them back, but they won't fold back while we are in motion. They also have a cargo light which shines backwards, a nice bright LED light. And then the front has additional light to light up the front and the surrounding area. So when you turn all the exterior lights on in this new Ram, it lights it up really nice all the way around this vehicle, which comes in handy if you're pulling into a spot at night and you're trying to dodge stuff, or be able to see down the side of your vehicle, maybe where the tires are at, or be able to hook up your fifth wheel at night, getting in your cargo bays, changing a tire at night. Really gives you a lot of lighting around the vehicle. Had to do a quick pit stop to clean the windows. I forgot to wash them at the last stop. Lots of bugs out here. Stopped at the Golden Arches for an iced tea. Bear in mind, this trip is a no fast food trip, except for iced tea.
We're gonna make sandwiches along the way, eat our snacks along the way.
And the only one that we're going to pull into is when we find a Whataburger. Is that considered fast food, Whataburger?
Oh yeah.
Comment below. I think it is, but
it is.
That's going to be our one.
Or White Castle, that's something else I've never had. I don't know what's in these parts of the woods, so we'll figure that out.
We don't have Whataburger on the West Coast, and we're definitely going to hit one of those up. All right, back on the road. At the Maverick again, using the Open Roads EFS card. Filling up before we start heading north up to Casper. Gonna get some cheap fuel here using the Open Roads program. Man, it is windy. It's been a nice tailwind today though. Next stop, Casper.
When I was walking by, why did you say, oh no?
Dust cap came off.
Oh, bummer. Turn around again. That's not good.
California, Sacramento. So we're going to pull this off of here.
Luckily, this place was just a couple miles down the road. They are completely packed and busy, so he's letting us use his tools to get this done and get us back on the road, I hope. This looks messy.
Dust cover is back. back in place. So stick it up there. Back on. I'm sure we just hit a big pothole. Charge that thing and cause it to come off. Okay.
No, thank you.
Need to torque them down. 120 foot-pounds. Check them all while we're here.
This is the one I was talking about that doesn't look flush.
Yeah, check it.
So another one?
Yeah, look.
Well, then I looked. You want me to bring the jack over?
Yes, please.
It's a good thing we checked all around again. Found another one. I didn't know what I was looking for, but that didn't look flush to me, so. And it wasn't on right. That made you take that off again. What was happening?
It was just, it's supposed to go in smooth, so this seal sits all the way against this, and it was off a little bit,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't want to force it if it didn't go in straight the first time.
Sure.
After our pit stop, we are now off of Highway 80 heading north up to Casper, where we're going to be staying at a Harvest Host tonight. Looks like a real nice brewery. And looking forward to that. Weather looks nice, it's 59 degrees out, and change of scenery finally. Well, kind of.
No. Pretty flat.
It's a 2-lane road instead of a divided highway.
Our Harvest Host for the evening. I already checked out their menu. They've got great grub and great beers. So this is basically our setup. Just gonna level ourselves out, put the slides out, and call it good. Have a nice view.
Everybody, this is Darren. He is one of the owners of,
Ritter Brothers Brewery.
and he's the brewing brother.
Yeah.
So we were walking up and he offered to give us a tour of the brewery here. So here we go.
Here we go.
So we're a 30-barrel brew house, but we can do multiple batches in one day. So we have 30, 60, and 90-barrel fermenters. That's using 30s, 60s, and 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice facility. You guys put a lot of money into this place.
Yeah, I guess that's what you would say, yeah.
What was the building prior?
Originally, this was built as the Mine Company Steakhouse, and by a rich oil man, and he wanted to have a steakhouse and a discotheque. So it was high-dollar steaks upstairs, cocaine and disco dancing downstairs, and they had a really grand time for about 2 years, and then it went bust. And then the Petroleum Club of Casper, which was a private club of people that were kind of vaguely in the oil business, bought it in like 85, 86. And they ran it till 2017 when we bought it.
Wow.
Very nice.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
So what happens over here?
This is the brew house. So it starts down there. We basically, the grain comes in, gets mashed in the mash mixer, stewed basically kind of at 150 degrees for an hour, turns the starches into sugars, pump the grain over into the lauter tun, which is kind of a it's a fancy name for a colander. Grain gets spread out on top of a screen, and then we rinse it or sparge it from above with hot water. Rinse all the sugar water, which is called wort, which is what turns into beer, out of the grain, and it gets pumped into the boil kettle. We bring it to a boil. We have hops, different kinds of hops for different amounts of time, and boil it for an hour, and then we kick it over to the whirlpool, and it goes into a spin in there, and all the solids collect in the center. We let it settle down. We drain off the clear wort, cool it, give it a shot of oxygen, and put it in one of the fermenter tanks where it meets the yeast.
And then it's well on its way to being beer.
And then it takes another 3 to 6 weeks to ferment and turn into beer.
How many types of beers do you make?
Entirely too many.
I saw the list like it went on and on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're pretty crazy for a brewery with pretty big tanks, a pretty big system. We make, I don't know, probably 12 or 15 kinds of beer. We usually have about 6 to 8 that we kind of make all the time.
Nice. And you even have a fireplace up here.
Yes, well, it holds the ceiling up. So we kept it.
So this must have been part of the steakhouse, obviously.
Yeah, this was the restaurant area. And the lounge was where the tap room is. And then a big party room, a discotheque downstairs. That's where the canning line and centrifuge and other stuff. So there's a whole other room of tanks downstairs.
How far out do you
And the old
distribute?
truck. You might want to see the old truck.
Oh, definitely see that. How far out do you distribute your beers?
We distribute our beers in Wyoming, all of Wyoming, some of Montana, western South Dakota, and western Nebraska soon.
Okay.
I can't wait to try it. Have some beer.
I know, right?
Cool. 2x8s to 2x8s to 2x8s, so it's like, I don't know, 6 inches. This is you want to do
Oh,
a
the
quick,
truck down there?
just a quick, we'll just do a little quick.
Oh, perfect.
Going down into the bowels of the...
Yeah, watch your hands on the railing. They're 1980s kind of OSHA. You go as far as that way because that's a pretty bigger.
So clean.
Yeah, clean's important in a brewery.
I know it is.
We're pretty finicky about that.
Good.
So this is where all the beer
Yeah, so
sits and
this
ages?
is there's the centrifuge, so that's how we make the beers nice and clear. And the bright tanks, we basically use them to carbonate and store the beer while we're packaging them, and then the canning line. And we were just running this morning, so.
Cool.
So once you take the hops, right? Or the grain, and you bring it in,
Yeah,
from that point to when it goes into the can, what's that time frame?
about 3 to 5 weeks most of the time.
This looks pretty high tech.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Used to be a bar and a disco club.
Yeah, it used to be. Here's the fridge. Here you go. Our fridge is not as big as it should be, but it's still something to see.
That's a beer cave. Being in construction all my life and looking around all the details in here, these guys didn't cut any corners anywhere. Although they say they did, I don't really see where they're at. And I got an eye like a laser beam.
1927 Chevy Capitol. And they bought it new in 1927. And that's the original license plate on the front.
Yes,
It was in the dirt in the barn. We picked the dirt and like, oh, license plate.
Barn find.
Yeah, well, it was a little rough, but it was a lot of work to restore. My brother restored it, along with help from body workers, and
it is. Of course.
Flathead four banger.
he did most of the mechanical though. It's a 4-cylinder, same bore as a Chevy 350. It's 28 horsepower, 3-speed, no synchronizer on the clutch, so you have to double clutch it. Double clutch it. Yeah.
Whole 28 horsepower.
28 horsepower downhill with a tailwind, 30 miles an hour. And you used to be able to stack they had 3 levels of these, so they do 1, 2, or 3 stacks on the bed. So depending on what you're up to that day, you made it taller or shorter. Yeah, they weren't very big people back then. I mean, it got a little smaller because he kind of overstuffed the seats a bit, but if you're 6 feet tall, you pretty much can't drive this.
Thank you very much for the tour. We much appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
And now we're going to go try some of this fabulous beer, and also the food here. They have like a full kitchen,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. And check out the view from the deck.
And that's where we're going to be with the pup.
Yep.
And we're actually here because this is a Harvest Host as well, and that's how we found it. So,
Yep, we're very popular with Harvest Hosts.
Yep. So,
See why?
if you're ever traveling through Casper, Wyoming,
Come on by.
come on by. They have plenty of spots. I mean, it looks like they could probably stack 7 or 8 RVs in here.
We've had as much as 12 or 14, but I think we have like 8 spots officially, but sometimes we go over that.
Awesome. So come by and check it out. You won't be disappointed.
Thanks.
Casper, Wyoming. Beautiful. Like they said, lots of places to park for Harvest Host. You got all this, and they said if you get here and they don't have room, they'll put you somewhere.
Thick.
I got the Marzen.
That's tasty.
So the restaurant here is run by a high-end steakhouse in town. It's a brand new menu. They just released it. So they said that the high-end steakhouse in town is very popular, because I asked how the French dip was, and they said they just added it to the menu.
Well, guess what?
So I told them we're going to order it and we will learn together. So go get a beer.
I will.
What do you think, Muggs? What do you think? It's time for your sweater. It's nice out here, but little tiny breeze has a little bit of a chill in it. Tim's down getting Muggsy's sweater. So we just got word that they have a French dip on the menu right here, but they don't have any au jus.
Which I'm okay with that because I like the horseradish.
But that just really makes it a French.
Sandwich.
It's a French
Sandwich.
sandwich.
French steak sandwich.
A French steak sandwich. So we're seeing if we can just get horseradish at least to go with the French sandwich and see how that works out. I really had my mindset on a really good au jus with dipping that sandwich in there and getting that kind of mushy bun and that savory bite. So we'll see.
We'll have to make our own, I guess.
Stand by.
There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Horseradish with our French sandwich. I say the meat's pretty good.
It is good.
It's just minimal.
Yeah.
Lots of bread. Little side salad. French fries are pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
And the burn. Is it coming? Through the nose?
Nope.
Nothing?
It started out strong and kind of got weak at the end.
That had the potential to be really good. The bun was really good. A little light on the meat, but since it didn't have the au jus, if we were watching guys' grocery games, you'd be sent home, because how can you have a dip beef without the au jus, right?
They warned us, so it's our fault for ordering it.
And they did warn us, as Kim said, but I think it'd be a really good sandwich with the au jus, hence a dip beef. Beers are really good, great atmosphere, very friendly staff, and of course one of the brothers who owns the place, the head brewer, took us for a tour of the brew house, so that was a win. And you can't beat the view. It's probably one of the best views in town, I would imagine.
And you can't beat the price.
Yeah, very reasonable.
Free. Meaning,
Oh yeah, Harvest Host. Free. We probably just spent $80 in beer and food.
but we would have went out to dinner anyway if we stayed at a place that was $80.
Yeah, it was well worth it.
Yeah.
Great stop. Tomorrow we head up to the Black Hills. HTR Black Hills, right?
Yes.
I have no idea what that acronym stands for, but we will find out.
Happy Travelers Rest Here. Resort. Happy Travelers Resort.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
Sounds good. Happy Travelers Resort. Good one. Since we left yesterday morning, we've traveled almost 1,100 miles, and we'll throw on another 300 tomorrow. So head back to the rig here in a little bit, finish our beers, take care of some business. We'll catch you later.